One of the best films of the 1990s is about porn. Hello everyone, I'm Whitaker Martin, this channel is Whitaker Reviews, and you're watching Second Look, a series where I review movies that are underrated, underseen, or misunderstood. And I think today we really hit the jackpot. Or should I say, a film that is true, and right, and dramatic. But then again, how could a low-budget film about the adult film industry go on to become arguably one of the most important releases of 1997? Well, when it comes to the film Boogie Nights, it actually starts with simplicity. It's a Hollywood rise and fall tale. It's 1977, and Eddie Adams, played by Mark Wahlberg, is a 17-year-old wannabe actor who's looking to break out of his dismal home life any way possible.
Poor Cheryl. Why don't you just go to your little girlfriend?
Yeah, well, maybe I will.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I don't know. I'll do something.
You can't do anything. You're a loser. You'll always be a loser. You couldn't even finish high school because you were so stupid, so what are you gonna do?
I'll do something. I'll do it. You know what? I'll go somewhere and I'll do something. Maybe I'll run away where you can never find me.
He runs away to the company of Jack Horner, a director of exotic pictures, who's impressed by Eddie's size and stamina. Burt Reynolds plays the director with the perfect combination of seniority and aspiration.
I don't want to make a film where they show up, they sit down, they jack off, and they get up and they get out before the story ends. It is my dream, it is my goal, it is my idea to make a film that the story just sucks them in. And when they spurt out that joy juice, they just gotta sit in it. They can't move until they find out how the story ends.
I have no idea what compelled Burt Reynolds to fire his agent after filming ended. This should have been a career comeback for him. Eddie Adams takes the name Dirk Diggler upon entering the adult film industry, and we get introduced to all sorts of characters, including Roller Girl, Buck Swoop, Reed Rothschild, and Amber Ways. The names alone are a hoot.
The cowboy look ended about 6 years ago.
It's coming back though, Becky.
No, it's not. It's over. It's dead. Okay?
I don't think you know what you're talking about.
Third, I do know what I'm talking about, all right? And listen to me, and it sounds like your boss is at the stereo store saying the same thing.
What? What?
You have to get a new look.
Why don't you get a new look?
Well, I have a look, okay? The look I have is just fine.
What's your look?
Chocolate love, all right? 100%.
And that's really all the setup you need. I know that doesn't sound like much, especially given the 155-minute runtime, but writer-director Paul Thomas Anderson spends so much time building up character arcs and this exotic world that we don't really need a complex plot. And what a world this is! I don't know if this is an accurate portrayal of the California pornography industry of the 1970s, but I gotta say, I really got into the energy and vibe this world offered. Much of the first half feels like a big party. Hey, Reaganomics hadn't taken over yet, so why not put on that 70s vibe? You've got the clothes, the style, the music, the disco, the cars. The 70s really come back to life. Within this industry, there's a consistent sense of optimism. Dream big. This party shall never end. Well, almost a consistent sense of optimism. I mean, when the possibly underage lady friend of the producer is overdosing on cocaine and the assistant director's wife is being unusually promiscuous, things might come to roost in, say, the 1980s.
Jack, let me tell you this. I love you, Jack. I'm your friend. There's one thing I want you to do, though. Tell me, Jack, come on. Tell me that you're my friend. Just tell me, am I your friend?
In building this world, credit goes to costume designer Mark Bridges, set decorator Sandy Struth, art decorator Ted Burns, and production designer Bob Zambiki, and to the directional hand of Paul Thomas Anderson. One choice he frequently makes to emphasize the diversity of this world is the long, wide take. There are several conversations in this film that don't feature close-ups, but instead feature two people facing each other in an unbroken take, allowing us to not only see characters deliver lines, but also to see their reactions. There's a few long takes where we follow multiple people as well. As the film progresses, the editing and cinematography become more stylized. In particular, scenes with drug use feature quick edits and a camera dollying towards its characters. Anderson's use of cinematography and having multiple conversations at once have made some viewers compare his style to other directors like Martin Scorsese or Robert Altman. And while I acknowledge the similarities, I think we do Boogie Nights a disservice with these comparisons. I think P.T. Anderson has made his decisions not to solely ape other directors, but to enhance his own material. For example, the opening scene that takes us through the nightclub and introduces us to 8 major characters, I'm not kidding, has drawn comparisons to the Steadicam kitchen shot of Scorsese's Goodfellas and the multiple conversations you'll see in Altman films. But such a comparison seems to place those directors on an untouchable pedestal and diminish the accomplishments of this film. This opening shot not only introduces us to 8 characters, but also gives us a great feel of the optimistic free love mentality that's going to dominate the first half of the film. The shot then concludes with the outsider, Eddie Adams, who's just a busboy right now. All of this, and we're not even 4 minutes into the film yet. I would hope if you watch this film that you would see these directional choices in how they enhance and reveal this world. Heck, if there's anything being referenced, it's other adult films. Anderson directly lifted lines of dialogue from real porn films to be spoken in the fake films of Boogie Nights. Apparently, he didn't want the dialogue to sound fake. The way these films are shot, with their zoom shots, freeze frames, and cheap stunts, is an accurate representation of how 70s exploitation films were made. We get to see Dirk Diggler at work fairly often, and I guess that does bring up an obvious question. How is the porn shot? Well, while you do get a fair amount of nudity in the film, there's a business-like quality to the proceedings. These are people at work. Sex is a part of the job. If we see any erotic shots, it's because we're looking through the perspective of one of the characters, not P.T. Anderson. Often, the focus will be on cast and crew observing the action. By making these choices, Paul Thomas Anderson is subtly reminding us to concentrate on the people, not the pornography. And that brings me to what might be the strongest part of this film, the cast. Oh my goodness! I have rarely seen a film accumulate so much talent at once. It's impossible for me to do justice to the call's casting director Christine Sheik's maid, but let's see if, for the next minute, I can rattle off most of the famous names you will see. Mark Wahlberg as Eddie Adams / Dirk Diggler, his breakout lead performance. Burt Reynolds as Jack Horner, his only Oscar nomination. Julianne Moore as matriarch Amber Waves, first of several Oscar nominations for the actress. John C. Reilly in his character actor days as Reed Rothschild. Nicole Ari Parker, very confident as Becky Barnett. Don Cheadle trying a variety of looks as Buck Swoop. Luis Guzman brings energy to nightclub owner Maurice Rodriguez. Heather Graham as Roller Girl, who never takes off her roller skates. William H. Macy as the luckless assistant director Little Bill. Robert Ridgely as producer Colonel James, sadly his last role. Philip Seymour Hoffman as boom operator Scotty J, an admittedly underwritten role. Thomas Jane, very much a loose cannon, as Todd Parker. Veteran actor Philip Baker Hall as theater owner Floyd Gondoli. And a very memorable cameo turn by Alfred Molina. Interesting use of the song Jesse's Girl in his scene. With so many character arcs, it is perhaps inevitable that some are better developed than others. But between the writing and the acting, most individuals do feel like they have a third dimension. Obviously, the bulk of the time is dedicated to Wahlberg, who really gets the mixture of can-do attitude and, later, overconfidence of Dirk Diggler. But there are plenty of other moments for actors to shine as well. As much as these characters display optimism and a carefree attitude, it is also apparent they are living in a bubble, and both internal and external forces make it hard to break out. It is a testament to this cast that we are rooting for them, even though the future is just around the corner. If there is one performance I want to single out, and that is very hard to do, it is Burt Reynolds. His charisma as the grizzled veteran director is infectious, and his passion for his craft and for his talent contrasts sharply against impending reality. I rarely say this about a performance, but Burt Reynolds is Jack Horner.
This is the future. Videotape tells the truth.
Wait a minute. You come into my house, my party, to tell me about the future. That the future is tape, videotape, and not film. It is amateurs and not professionals. I'm a filmmaker. That's why I will never make a movie on videotape.
The plot is simple, but it's characters and world building that drive Boogie Nights through its 155-minute runtime. And considering how much of the cast, as well as writer-director Paul Thomas Anderson, went on to have prominent careers, one could even argue this has become one of the most influential releases of 1997. Funny how that works out, considering it wasn't a big hit when it was first released. But that's how great filmmaking endures. Good writing, good direction, good cast, this film has it all. Boogie Nights creates a living world and treats it with honesty. I highly recommend it.
And his name is just so bright and so sharp that the sign, it just blows up because the name is just so powerful.
I think heaven has sent you here, Dirk Diggler. I think the angels have blessed us all because of you.
Dirk Diggler.
So what did you think about Boogie Nights? Go ahead and leave a comment. And while you're at it, is there a movie you think deserves a second look? My name is Whitaker Martin, and I thank you for watching this installment on Video Reviews. And I know this channel is small now, but I want you to know I plan on being a star. A big, bright, shining star. See you next time.